What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our Manchester United preview here on Anfield Agenda. This is normally the point of the video where I say that I will be doing the watch along at the weekend starting from X o'clock. But I'm not going to be here this weekend because I'll be over in Liverpool for the game. If you want to join Connor, he'll be doing a watch along of it from 4 p.m. His very first one. I know you'll show up in numbers and give him your support as you have throughout the week that I've been away. He's a little bit nervous, so I'm going to need you to show him some love. He'll be here from 4 o'clock on Sunday for the watch along. If you want to join him, you know what to do. For the rest of the video, what we're going to do is give you a bit of an injury update, or at least as much of one as I can. We'll talk about my predicted 11, we'll talk about a score prediction, and of course we'll have a look at our history against Manchester United and both of our forms coming into this one. So let's start off with a reminder actually about our last ever live stage show coming up this Sunday. Hot Water Comedy Club, Liverpool. After this, I'm not setting foot on a stage ever again because the stage fright absolutely kills me. So if you'd like to come along and see us, tickets are priced at just £15. The venue will also be showing the Manchester United game beforehand. So if you want to get there early, settle in. I should be on stage then at about 8 o'clock. Mark Kenny is going to be providing music for us on the night as well. You might recognise him from some of the Boss Night gigs. And it, we hope, will be a fun evening for everybody and my last time on the stage. So hope to see you there. It's an all ages event. And as I said, the tickets you can get with the QR code on the screen. Right, let's get into an injury update. Or a lack of an injury update is probably a better term. We don't know what's going on with Canada yet. We don't know if he's ruled in or ruled out. But, spoiler alert, he isn't going to be in my predicted 11 because I don't think he deserves to be. As well as that, we don't know what's gone on with Alexis McAllister because, well, he came back late, and thanks Scaloni for giving him the full 90 minutes in that absolutely pointless friendly against Puerto Rico where he was struggling for fitness. So give him the whole 90 minutes and that'll do well, won't it? That'll look after Liverpool. Thanks for that one, mate. But yeah, I think he came back late, probably the latest of all the players. So I don't know if he'll be starting this game for me, but we may see him come off the bench. So that is kind of where we're at with an injury update. We are as we were without that. We know that it will be Georgie Mamardashvili in for Alisson. I don't think we've any other real serious injury concerns that I'm aware of anyway. So let's get on now to a bit of a history and a background of our fixtures against Manchester United. Liverpool have lost just one of their last 14 Premier League meetings with Manchester United, winning 7 and drawing 6. A 2-1 defeat at Old Trafford in August 2022, the last time the Reds tasted defeat against United. Manchester United are winless in their last 9 Premier League games at Anfield since a 1-0 win in January 2016 under then manager Louis van Gaal. They have drawn 5 and lost 4. Liverpool have lost both of their last 2 Premier League games after winning their first 5 of the season beforehand. It wasn't until the 31st league match of last season that we suffered our second league defeat. So, you know, we want to get back to winning ways this week, don't we? We really do. Head to head, well, last season it was Liverpool 2, Manchester United 2 at Anfield. At Old Trafford it was Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. And then in 23-24, Manchester United 2, Liverpool 2. And then it was a 0-0 draw at Anfield. United's recent form coming into this one, they beat Sunderland in the Prem by 2-0. They were beaten by Brentford by 3-1. They beat Chelsea, who of course beat Liverpool in the last game before the international break, albeit this one was at Old Trafford. They won that game by 2-1. Then in the Manchester derby, it was Manchester City 3, Manchester United 0, and United had a narrow 3-2 victory over Burnley. So that is their form coming into this game. And look, you don't need me to tell you our form. 3 losses in a row, 2 of them in the league. It hasn't been great. You can look at this game in one of 2 ways. It's either the absolute perfect game to get back, or it's a nervy one. Fingers crossed it's the perfect game because we should be beating Manchester United and hopefully we will. So let's get stuck into the predicted 11 now. Let's have a look with the goalkeeper and the centre-backs, as we always like to start off with. So in goal, we know that there is going to be an enforced change because Alisson's injured. So Georgie Mamardashvili in goal. And for the centre-back pairings, look, it is difficult because we know that Gomez was shaky when he played in the League Cup, but was that because he hasn't played in a while, or was it because he was, I don't know, just not very good that day? With Canade, we have the injury concern, we have the contract concern, and then we have the very up and down form that we've seen this season. So for me, I'm going to go with Joe Gomez. I don't like the idea of the manager putting Ryan Gravenberch back there because then we lose something in midfield. But that's what I'm going to go for with my goalkeeper and centre-backs. But of course, you know, I want to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section. Moving on to the full-backs, and this was harder than I thought it was going to be. Eventually, I ended up with our 2 new signings. Frimpong, we haven't really seen as much of at right back as we would have liked because of a couple of things. Injury, building up fitness, and then of course he played one game up front on the right hand side, which didn't really work out too well. So I would say let's use his pace against Manchester United, try and pen them back in, and particularly for playing against a low block, that pace and trickery I think could help us out. So I'll go for him at right back. And then Milos Kerkez, please just get through the first half, Milos, with no yellow. You know, the manager, if he had hair like myself, would be losing it. So, yeah, just put Milos in there and hope he can get through the first half hour without picking up a yellow, because, you know, United, if he does pick up a yellow, they're going to be running straight at him and trying to get him to pick up the second one. Into midfield now, and this was actually probably the easiest area of the whole pitch to figure out for me. Going to Florian Wirtz in the number 10 position, then Ryan Gravenberch and Dominic Szoboszlai. That, I think, is the best midfield that we have available to us. McAllister, whom I'm an absolute idolizer of. I love him. Idolizer? I idolise him, is what I'm trying to say. You can tell this is one of the first videos back right after a bit of a time away. You know, when I stumble across words, nothing ever goes wrong when I do that. So, idolised. I idolise him, just in case, you know, want to make sure that I tick all the boxes there. So yeah, that's my midfield. Gonna go for Dominic Szoboszlai, Ryan Gravenberch and Florian Wirtz, because Wirtz's quality is going to tell eventually, and if he can get himself a goal or an assist against United, well, I think that will hopefully inspire a bit more confidence in him. Right, into the attack. This is where there are some changes, and I hope you agree with me on it, but either way, let me know your thoughts. So, in the wide positions, Salah right, Ekitike left. Look, you're probably sitting at home saying the same as me. Chiesa, Chiesa, Chiesa. And we could say this, and we could all agree on it, but will Arna do it? Probably not. And I know it's frustrating. I'd like to see Chiesa starting games. I think he deserves that opportunity. But I think it'll be Salah on the right. I'm going to go for Ekitike on the left, because one thing I did notice over this international break from the few articles I was reading up on, there's been a lot of questions asked about Cody Gakpo's start to the season. Has he really seized the opportunity since Luis Diaz departed? And I think the answer is probably no. I like Cody. I'm sure many of you guys do as well. He's been a good servant to the club since he's been here. Always chips in with goals and assists, but he hasn't really hit that spark yet this season. So I'm going to go Hugo Ekitike on the left, Mohamed Salah on the right, and then through the centre, well, it's going to be Alexander Isak, isn't it? You don't spend £125 million on a player and not play him. So that's my 11, ladies and gentlemen. Georgie Mamardashvili in goal, Jeremy Frimpong at right back, Milos Kerkez at left back, Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk in the centre back positions. A midfield for me of Dominic Szoboszlai, Florian Wirtz and Ryan Gravenberch, although it wouldn't be out of the realms of possibility for him to put Gravenberch at centre-back and maybe play Mackett in midfield. But like I said, I think we lose something doing that. So I've gone for this three. And then up top, Mohamed Salah, Alexander Isak and Hugo Ekitike. So, score prediction is all that remains. I went back and forth on this one. I was always going to go for a Liverpool win, but I thought maybe 3-2 at first. I thought it could be a high-scoring game, but ultimately, I thought I was getting a bit carried away there because I'm going over to it. So I ended up with the scoreline of Liverpool to win by 2-1. We should and could be capable of beating them by a higher score, but it's all about getting back to winning ways. And honestly, I'll take any win at this point just to start getting points back on the board. So that is it for me, ladies and gents. As I mentioned, Connor will be here from Sunday at 4 o'clock. Appreciate you guys watching. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.